Hi, Linda Bowen here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is March 4th and an exciting day in the Stampin' Up! World as we are releasing some new online exclusives. Now, we've just started this in the last few months that every few months we release new product that you can find no place else except online, no other publications. And this go around, we've got several different collections and stamp sets, and my favorite is the Simply Zinnia. This is the bundle. It's a stamp set and dies, and there is a whole suite of product, including the Flowering Zinnia Designer Series paper. And that's what I'm going to be using today in my fancy fold. I have cut my designer series paper at 5.5 by 6.25, and along that 6.25 inch side we are going to score at the 1/2 inch and the 1 inch. You know that I call my fancy folds just fancy folds because everybody calls this fold a different fold. I've seen it called a bendy open card. I've seen it called a shadow box card. Lots of different names out there. So we are just going to call it a fancy fold. You know, every Tuesday for many years, I have created fancy fold videos on every Tuesday. So you want to check that out if you've never watched all of them. Now we're just going to fold those score lines back and forth, and they look like so. Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to bring my die in. This is from the Garden Meadows die. And we are going to run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I think I need a new piece of tape. I just use painter's tape to hold my die down while I run it through my die cut machine. So let me run over here and do that. I'm going to grab another piece of tape here because I want to make sure that it stays as straight as possible. Never fails. If I don't put enough tape on, it will slide on me. Go ahead and run that through. And we're going to get two different pieces because we're cutting that arch out of our designer series paper. I will be using this piece that we cut out on a future card. I have my glass mat down and my grit paper is sliding all over. So we're going to just punch that out. Again, we will be using this piece in an upcoming video. So we're going to grab a piece of Melon Mambo. This measures 5.5 by 8.5. And we're going to use that for our card base. Now we can use tear and tape. I'm going to choose to use the glue, the multi-purpose glue, because I like to be able to move this paper back and forth in case I don't get it exactly lined up. Tear and tape is not as forgiving as your multi-purpose glue. That's why I like to use that. That lined up. And then we're going to flip it over on the other side and add my glue on that side. And just line it right up with the fold. The cool thing about using the designer series paper for this, it doesn't add a lot of thickness to your card, so you shouldn't need any extra postage. Give that a second. Hold our card up like so you can see that window. Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to grab a die cut that I have already done. I have stamped the Zinnia in black on a Flirty Flamingo paper and used my blends to color it in. This gives a totally different look. I also added some Wink of Stella. So we're going to just put just a little bit of adhesive on that flower so that it will be on the opening of the card, like so. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to grab our Memento ink and the Thanks So Much. This is from that stamp set. Add that down here at the bottom. And set that aside. And then I'm going to grab one of my butterflies from the papered butterflies. Let's see if we can find, there's a small one. Going to bring in my blends. This is kind of a last minute idea because I've got that extra space there. We're going to just grab something to color on. Going to grab my Flirty Flamingo blend. Sorry about the, see if, oh here, this is more. So you can see I'm just coloring that butterfly with the blend. I'm gonna go in with the Melon Mambo and add some highlight. Let's see, is that the Melon Mambo? Yes. We're gonna add the body in a darker color. And just add some color around. We'll bring that Flirty Flamingo back in to kind of blend our colors out. The paper butterflies are just great accents when you get a card like this where you just need a little bit more to it and you don't know what to use. The butterfly comes in really handy. I think I'm going to, with the butterfly attached, I think, to the outside edge of that card. So we're just going to add a little glue to the outside. I see I've got a little bit too much glue. Just bring in a Kleenex and dab that excess off. But there you have a very fun card using the new Zinnia bundle and our butterflies. Because of the darker color, I think I'm going to go ahead and add a piece of basic white to the inside of my card. This will measure 4 inches by, and out of Stamp and Seal, 4 inches by 5 1/4. Give that nice little border there. I'm going to go ahead and add a piece of the Designer Series paper. This measures 5 inches, excuse me, 5 1/4 inches by 1. Just put that right along the side. And there you have a fun fancy fold using the brand new Zinnia bundle. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.